Message from the King, directed by Fabrice Duel, starring Chadwick Boseman, Tom Felton, Luke Evans, and Teresa Palmer. What is up, everybody? This is Ray from Radar Reviews. I just wanted to hit you guys with another movie review. This one is called Message from the King. Now, this one's a thriller. This movie was actually released last year in a festival, and it did very well, and then Netflix bought the rights to it. Didn't release it until August of this year, so this is an official Netflix movie starring Chadwick Boseman, like I mentioned earlier. Now, officially, when I saw the trailer for this, I think the trailer released back in July, the first time I saw it anyway on YouTube. I believed it was a secondary or third trailer for Black Panther that comes out later in the year, also starring Chadwick Boseman. And if you know anything about Marvel, then you know that Chadwick Boseman's character, the Black Panther, is a king in Africa. So I thought this was an message from the king. I'm thinking it's kind of like a smart tactical marketing ploy, whatever. So message from the king, as in Black Panther. No, instead it's a whole nother movie that was actually made before Black Panther was created, starring Chadwick Boseman again for the third time. And it's a story about a brother who hasn't heard from his sister in a long time, so he comes back. So he travels from Africa over to the Americas to find his sister, to find out what happened to her, because he received some message, and the message was kind of cryptic and just frightened him down to the core, because he's like, oh my god, something happened to my sister. So he comes along, goes to her whereabouts where she used to live, tries to find out through some mutual friends and police department to find out what happened and everything. And it's an intense thriller. It has very good acting, very good cinematography, but the cinematography sometimes is more of like an independent feel. It's not necessarily like a big budget film. I believe this movie took, I think it was $10 million to make this movie. Not only that, but Alfred Molina also stars in it as a kingpin in the movie, and he has like this homosexual pedophile vibe to him, and it's kind of creepy, kind of off-putting coming from him. The way he acts, he's a great actor, so coming from him is like it's kind of weird. Luke Evans plays kind of like his second-hand man who kind of gets back in contact with Chadwick Boseman's character and telling him kind of like what's going on without giving too much information away. So I'm trying to explain the movie to you without giving too much away, obviously. But it's on Netflix. Check the movie out. It's a thriller. Chadwick Boseman, great performance. Luke Evans, great performance. Alfred Molina, as usual, as always, great performance. The movie, I believe, for me, is a little bit too short. There's some scenes of violence that are perfectly fine with me in the movie, you know. There's one scene, my favorite scene in the movie. Chadwick Boseman goes up to a bicycle, takes off the bicycle chain, snaps the bicycle chain, walks into this place and just starts whipping people's asses. He starts beating the shit out of people with this bicycle chain, and it didn't seem choreographed. It didn't seem over the top, like, oh, he's a ninja or he's a whatever. It looked like he was just swinging to hit as hard as possible. It was great. It was wonderful. That scene, I was just like, oh god. Not wonderful in a good way, don't get me wrong, I'm not a psychopath. I like movie violence, and only movie violence. I don't like real violence. So anyway, Message from the King. Will you see it? It's on Netflix. You already paid for it, so you might as well go onto your account, go to Netflix, type in Message from the King, watch the movie. It's like an hour, 40 minutes. Entertain yourself, okay? Enjoy it. And I'm Ray from Radar Reviews. Thank you very much for watching. Peace out. America.